the performance everyone has learned. Every day, millions of people wake up and put on a version of themselves that isn't real. They adjust their tone, they soften their truth, they rehearse smiles they don't feel. They do this not because they want to lie, but because honesty has proven too dangerous. Faking being fine is not deception, it's adaptation. Why pain becomes a secret instead of a signal. Pain was meant to be a signal, something that invites care, connection, and support. But for many people, pain became something that pushed others away. They spoke up once and were ignored. They spoke again and were minimized. They spoke again and were judged. So eventually, they stopped speaking. The fear is not pain, it's exposure. Most people are not afraid of suffering. They are afraid of being seen while suffering. They fear the look in someone's eyes when they admit they're not okay. They fear becoming too much. They fear becoming a problem. So they learn a dangerous skill, how to bleed quietly. How judgment teaches silence. Judgment doesn't always come as cruelty. Sometimes it comes as advice too early. Sometimes as comparison. Sometimes as disbelief. Others have it worse. You'll get over it. You're too sensitive. Each phrase teaches the same lesson. Your pain is inconvenient. When strength becomes a trap, people praise strength without realizing its cost. The strong one becomes the listener, the helper, the dependable one. And once you are labeled strong, you are no longer allowed to fall apart. So they stay composed, even while collapsing internally. The loneliness of being okay all the time. There is a unique loneliness that comes from being surrounded by people who believe you're fine. No one checks deeper. No one asks twice. No one stays long enough to notice the cracks. Because your mask is convincing. Why vulnerability feels unsafe. Vulnerability is supposed to create closeness, but when it's mishandled, it creates scars. Many learn that opening up leads to distance, discomfort, or betrayal. So silence becomes safer than honesty. The habit of saying, "I'm fine." At some point, "I'm fine" stops being a lie. It becomes a reflex. They say it before they even check in with themselves. And over time, they forget what they actually feel. Pain hidden too long changes a person. Unexpressed pain doesn't disappear. It transforms. It becomes irritability, numbness, emotional distance, and the world misreads it as coldness or attitude. Why they protect others at their own expense. Many hide their pain to protect others. They don't want to worry anyone. They don't want to burden people who already seem overwhelmed. So they carry everything alone and call it maturity. The moment the mask slips, the hardest moments are the quiet ones. Late nights, empty rooms, unanswered thoughts. That's when the mask falls and the weight finally hits. Why help feels impossible to ask for. Asking for help feels like admitting failure, like confirming their worst fear. that they are not enough, so they endure longer than they should. What they secretly hope for, they don't want to be fixed. They want to be understood. They want someone who notices the pause before "I'm fine." Someone who stays. The cost of constant pretending. Pretending keeps them functioning, but it slowly disconnects them from themselves. And one day, they realize they've been surviving instead of living. The truth beneath the silence. They are not weak. They are not broken. They are tired of being strong alone. Their silence is not emptiness. It's pain waiting to be handled gently. Final message. If you fake being fine every day, understand this. You are not invisible, and your pain does not disqualify you from love. Subscribe or follow for deeper truths about human behavior, hidden emotions, and silent resilience. Understanding is the first step toward healing.